Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and the author of Get Resultsology, the science of getting stuff done. I work with people who run their own business. No boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Miriam Schulman. Miriam is a luxury market messaging and pricing strategist for creative entrepreneurs. She is the author of Artpreneur, the step-by-step guide to making a sustainable living from your creativity, and host of the Inspiration Place podcast, ranked in the global top 1%. Miriam helps creatives position premium work as reassuringly expensive. Oh, I like that. Miriam, welcome to Goalbusters.
Well, thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be here.
Oh, we're really honoured to have you here. I've been excited and looking forward to this all day, although it's not quite all day for you, but it's the end of my day for me, which reminds me, whereabouts in the world are you exactly?
I'm in New York City. I'm actually in Manhattan, in Seinfeld country.
Fantastic. Well, I'm about 5 hours ahead of you, so I can let you know the weather's going to be lovely today. That's probably not going to be any use to you. So that's me waffling on again. Shall we do the questions instead?
Oh, please.
Okay, I'll get the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Miriam, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
So I work with primarily visual artists, although my book Artpreneur does focus on any kind of artist, not necessarily visual artists. But the clients that I work with in my group coaching programs and one-on-one are visual artists who are looking to monetize their creativity. So many of them have had some success in the past, and I help my artists get past the 6-figure mark.
Fascinating. Okay, thank you very much. All right. And so in view of what you said about your ideal client, perhaps you could help us understand a little bit more about the problem or problems that you solve for them.
Okay, so many creatives have problems with focus, as I'm sure much of your audience comes to you for the same thing. So the 3 things I help them with, depending on how closely I'm working with them, is their messaging, their pricing, but also the 3rd thing is their mindset.
Yes, indeed. All right. So what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to move at least some way towards solving this problem for themselves?
Okay, so I created a free resource that I really created for myself. It is a custom GPT. It is the Artpreneur Daily Altar. You do not need to be an artist to use this, though. And what it does is it's a dialogue back and forth with ChatGPT that helps you identify what is your primary objective for the day. What does your schedule look like for the day? Have you made time in your calendar? And it asks many questions that I'm sure you work with your audience about, like, is there something getting in the way of focusing? So my favorite part of the whole tool is that when it asks, is there a problem you're ruminating on today that is interfering with your focus? And we lay that on the altar. That's why we call it the altar. And then I've programmed into it to invite muses in to help you untangle that problem. So it will also invite any muses that you want to invite in, but I've programmed in people like Professor Dumbledore and Elizabeth Gilbert and Georgia O'Keeffe. And so basically, what would Georgia O'Keeffe do about this problem you have? Edith Wharton is a really good one when she comes forward to give me advice on my social problems. She really understands New York society in 2025 just as much as she did in the turn of the century.
Oh, that sounds amazing. We'll ask you a little bit more about that after the 7 minutes are up, but genuinely that sounds fascinating, and that is obviously a free resource, a free action that someone can take. So fantastic. So now that we have a little bit of a better understanding of what you do, and I say a little bit because I've only given you 3 minutes, but let's dive briefly into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve your business goals. Now, obviously you've just mentioned one, but I'm greedy and I have a question here that asks for another one. So could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits over and above the excellent advice and the free resource you've already mentioned?
Yes. So most of us are writing on our primitive brains because our brains have all evolved for survival rather than goal achievement. So we want to be safe. We want to stay in the cave. We don't want to do those uncomfortable things that our brain doesn't want us to do. That could be sending an email. That could be making a phone call. That could be going to the gym. That could be anything. And what happens is your brain is going to come up with all kinds of reasons why it's a terrible idea and you shouldn't do it. And it doesn't feel like excuses. And the smarter you are and the more creative you are, the better you'll be at coming up with these stories about why you shouldn't do this thing that you think you're supposed to do or thought you're supposed to do a week ago to get the goal you want. So it sounds something like this. Oh, that'll never work for you because, or no, you're tired. You really should rest. So that is the part that you really have to overcome. Fortunately, we all have a prefrontal cortex, but this only works if you plan ahead of time. So what I do to overcome that is I plan my week either Sunday night or Monday morning. I don't know if you can see, kind of looks like this. I've been using this exact planner for years, but when you write down not just all your appointments and everything you have to do, but actually you don't just write down, I'm going to work during this time, but you write down what it is you plan on accomplishing. And I do this both with my to-do actions. I do that analog, with my pen and paper, because I like having this whole thing open on my desk. So when I sit down, I don't forget. And of course, I also have my digital planner for my appointments and my reminders. So that is the first thing that happens at the beginning of the week is I plan my week so my primitive brain can't take over.
Brilliant. And finally, what should I have asked you today, Miriam, that I didn't? And obviously your answer, please.
Okay, so since we are on the Goldbusters podcast, one thing I wanted to end with is how I ended my book. And I ended it with a Samuel Beckett reference to Waiting for Godot. And that is don't blame your boots. So as you're going towards your goal, you want to keep marching and putting one foot in front of the other. And in that play, they talk about blaming the boots. And really what that means is that you're blaming the circumstances for the reason that you haven't reached your goals. When really the reason you haven't reached your goals is most likely because you stopped to take a rock out of your shoe and complain about it, or what we talked about earlier with all the reasons why this won't work for you. So if you keep walking one foot in front of the other, you will get there. Even if you're going in the wrong direction, you will learn quickly to turn around and go the other way.
Fantastic. And that is the absolutely perfect way to end our 7 minutes. And I will say thank you. That's been an absolute masterclass so far. I do have a follow-up question in which I'm excited to hear what you say. And it's a very simple question, and I always ask it at this point. It is a three-parter, although you've already partly answered one part. Part one is how can people reach you? Part two, you've already mentioned the valuable free resource during the podcast, which is fine. But if you happen to know the URL, that would be a good time. Now would be a good time to mention it. If not, don't worry about it. It will be on the video for people watching, and it will be in the accompanying notes for the podcast. And finally, can't help but noticing you have a book. I did mention it. It is on the screen for people that can see it. Please tell us about your book, because I love books and I'm really excited to hear about yours.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, if you liked what you heard today, there's more of that on my podcast. Wherever you're listening to the Goldbusters podcast, you can find the Inspiration Place. So if you want to check out the custom GPT that I wrote, it's the Artpreneur Daily Altar. Go to schulmanart.com. That's SCHULMANART/altar, ALTAR.
That's very clear. Thank you. And finally, please tell us about your book.
Okay, so my book is Artpreneur. It was published in 2023. And I actually have a resource. No, I actually have a gift for one of your lucky listeners. Can I tell them about it?
Yes, always.
Okay. So if you want a free copy of the book, we are giving one away, but here's what you have to do. You go leave a honest review of the Gold Busters podcast. We don't care if it's Spotify or Apple, and tell them that you listened to it and loved the interview with Miriam Schulman. Take a screenshot of that and send it to me, Miriam@theinspirationplace.net, and we will send you a free copy of Artpreneur to wherever you live in the world, as long as we can ship it to where you live. I do know we can ship to the UK and Australia, though.
Wow, that is an absolutely amazing offer. You can't see it here, but I'm blushing. I've never had anyone make such a generous offer. Thank you so much. That's really kind. But most importantly of all, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for appearing on Goldbusters today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it as well.
You're very welcome. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.